Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal virtually agreed a deal with Sporting to sign Viktor Gyokerez. This according to Henry Winter, who says that it should be a big week for Arsenal as they will be expecting the arrivals of Noni Madueke, Viktor Gyokerez, and also Christian Mosquera. We're going to be discussing that deal. We're going to be discussing that story on the channel. What is going on with Varandas, the president of Sporting CP, and Viktor Gyokerez? What exactly is the war between these two about? Now, Gyokerez is not in preseason with Sporting, and Varandas is absolutely very, very furious. But if they're selling the player, then why do they want him in preseason? Why do they want him to be a part of the team? We're going to be discussing all that. But a lot is happening around the Arsenal transfer window. And of course, Andre Bata has less than 7 days to deliver Mikel Arteta's players. It is July 19th that we begin preseason, and today is 13th. So he's got about 5 days. He's got about 4 days in order to deliver a striker, deliver Mosquera, and deliver Madueke as well. Although the Madueke deal to Arsenal is absolutely done, dusted, and sealed right at the moment. So let's get into it. Henry Winter this morning was traveling to TalkSport to have a show on the TalkSport morning show, and he was actually saying that it should be a very good week for Arsenal. With Madueke and Christian Mosquera coming in. Gyokerez fee virtually agreed. Just the add-ons debating stage is what we are on and what we are waiting for at the moment. Plus, also Arsenal are trying to deal with the agent fees. They're trying to make sure that, Inaki Keina, not Inaki Keina, but Hassan Sekaya really reduces his agent fee requests, and Arsenal saying we're not going to pay a lot of money in terms of agent fees. We are staying strong on our point. Gyokerez is obviously keen to go to Arsenal. This is what he's saying, and he's saying that and we'll need a concrete farewell later to Sporting. Maybe needs to have another word with his agent to get the deal done. Also busy week on terms of potential outgoings, generating income from Kivio, Rhys Nelson, Trossard, Vieira, and Alexander Zinchenko. That is according to Henry Winter this morning. And he has just confirmed right there and then that it's going to be a very big week in terms of Arsenal because there is a lot happening. But I think there's a lot to talk about. But for me, the point of focus is the Viktor Gyokerez deal. And right there, he says that it's going to be a big week, right? Madueke and Mosquera should be coming in, but Gyokerez fee virtually agreed. It is just the add-ons now being debated. Now, what was giving us a problem last week, okay, actually this week, because today is Sunday, was that 5 million difference between the two clubs. And that was giving Arsenal a headache, and that was giving Sporting a migraine as well. And I think, I told you this, throughout the week. What Sporting wanted was to maximize the amount of money they can get from this guy. They were never going to kill this deal. They were not going to block this deal. They just wanted more money. It's as simple as that. They were saying, can we get more money from this deal? And they were looking at it in the perspective where Arsenal maybe become desperate and, we pay 80 million euros. Now, they've looked into it. Arsenal are not getting desperate. Arsenal are not becoming weak. And they're like, okay, let's take what is on the table. Now, I don't want to lie. We don't know who has made the compromise because Henry Winter there says a fee has been virtually agreed and now the add-ons should be able to be concluded very, very soon. I don't know who has taken the compromise. Is it Sporting who have said, okay, we shall yield to the demands of Arsenal? Or is it Arsenal who have said, okay, we shall add more money to this deal and get it out of the way? And for me, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter who has taken the compromise. If Arsenal have said willingly, we shall take the compromise, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. It's okay. Take the compromise as Arsenal. You want the player. You want a number 9. We have spent about, how long? Like 5 years without having a good proper centre forward. So for 5 more million euros, if you're getting one of the best centre forwards in world football, that is okay. Take the compromise, right? it is us that are going to benefit from this deal at the end of the day. Let's say Gyokeres comes in and we win the Premier League. Let's say he comes in and we win the Champions League. I don't think Sporting are going to benefit more than Arsenal. If you win the Champions League, mad, huge amounts of money. If you win the Premier League, huge amounts of money, right? So I think Arsenal are playing with fire here. We've been playing with fire. We know this is a guy that can come into this team and transform the way this Arsenal team set up and transform the way we look at transfers. It's been a joke, right? But Henry Winter says that a deal has been virtually agreed, and now add-ons should be finalized very, very soon. Sami Makpo from the BBC has also added to that information, and he says that sources close to the BBC have told us that talks are ongoing with Arsenal and Sporting, who are still hopeful of striking a deal, with the most recent proposal for the 27-year-old totaling about 70 million euros, including add-ons. So this is what Sporting was saying. We don't want your plain, we don't want your plain 65 million, right? And a few add-ons. What we want is a guaranteed 70 million, right? Plus a few add-ons. So this deal could be done about 75 million euros, as long as Arsenal said guaranteed is 70 million euros. That deal could have been, out of the way as soon as possible. But I also don't blame Andre Bata. I also don't blame whoever is doing transfers at Arsenal. This is a summer where Arsenal have a lot to deal with. This is a summer where Arsenal have a lot to do. You've got Mascara to sign. You've got Madueke to sign. Whether bad or good is gonna cost money. You've got to sign an attacking midfielder. We want a left winger as well. We've done a lot of work in midfield, and there's a lot to do, right? So if Arsenal is saying, listen, we've got a lot of work to do, we've got a lot of transfers to deal with, we want to spend wisely, it's very understandable. But for me, for 5 million, Arsenal should have got this deal away this week. Because next week, it's now become complicated. It's now become congested. Next week, Gyokeres has to be done. Madueke has to be done. Mosquera has to be done. And Eze, maybe they don't have to be done, but it would be nice to go into preseason for once in a lifetime, with Mikel Arteta having all his players. I would love to see an Arsenal team in preseason that has got everything we need to go and challenge and just prepare. You have AC Milan, you have Newcastle, you have Tottenham. I would love this Arsenal team to have every single player. And Gyokeres is definitely going to be one of the players that joins the team. Now, The Athletic have actually explained what Sporting are going to do with Viktor Gyokeres, right? So this is what they're saying. They're saying that Viktor Gyokeres will be fined by Sporting CP and told to apologize to his teammates after missing out on the deadline to report for preseason training, the club's president had said. Arsenal are working towards signing Viktor Gyokeres, and a 5-year deal has been prepared, subject to an agreement being reached over a fee with the two clubs in advanced negotiations. The Swedish international's absence from training doesn't come as a surprise, with The Athletic reporting on Friday that the striker did not intend to turn up as he pursues a move to Arsenal. Gyokeres believes Sporting president Varandas has reneged on a pact that they actually had of 60 million euros plus 10 million euros in add-ons, which Arsenal have already surpassed, but still no agreement in place on a fee. And Fabrizio yesterday was quoting the president of Sporting, Varandas, and he was actually saying, this is what Varandas said, right? If they don't want to pay Viktor Gyokeres' fair market value, we are very comfortable with that for the next 3 years. This strategy is also making it more complicated for the player to leave. Nobody is above the interest of the club, wherever and whoever you are. And he says, we are calm. Everything will be resolved with the market closing. A hefty fine and an apology to the group will be needed. So what is going on here, guys? What is going on? Let me explain. So what is going on is yesterday, Saturday the 12th, was the deadline for Gyokerez to turn up for preseason. In fact, the whole team flew out for preseason, but Gyokerez was not part of the team. Gyokerez did not show up. And now the sporting president, Federico Varandas, is actually saying that that is unacceptable, and it's making the deal harder for Viktor Gyokerez than easier. And it's also said that Sporting are okay to keep him for the next 3 years until his contract runs down, and then they can let him go on a free. Now, there is a lot of drama here, right? There is a lot of drama here. And the first thing I want to say is I'm very, very happy that this drama really doesn't affect Arsenal. Like, I'm very, very happy about that. It doesn't affect us, and it doesn't affect the deal. Because this morning, Graham Bailey has also said that the club sources have revealed that Arsenal's camp and Viktor Gyokeres have not been affected by Federico Varandas' comments yesterday, with the Gunners expecting it to happen, and talks are continuing positively. So this, if it is true, this doesn't affect Arsenal, right? And I am very pleased, and I am very, very happy with that. Because Sporting are within their limits to say, and are well within their rights to say, we are not even going to sell you. You know, Sporting can say, we are not selling, right? Just like Liverpool say to Luis Diaz, we are not selling. Just like Arsenal could tell Martinelli, we are not selling. Just like any team that has a contract with their player can actually say, we are not interested in your money. We want to keep our asset. And I think the problem with Viktor Gyokeres here is this. He has been hostile too early, right? He was hostile a little bit too early. In my opinion, what should have happened is he should have let Arsenal and Sporting negotiate. And maybe if Arsenal offered like 75 million and Sporting rejected, that is when he would have reacted. But he reacted a little bit too early. And this is what has made Sporting angry. And this is what's making Sporting a little bit kind of, negative. They are saying, we raised you. We made you the player who you are. And this is how you pay us? Like, you're trying to force a move by refusing to turn up to training, and we have done nothing to you. And of course, the players got a point as well. If you told me that you'll sell me for 70 million euros, and that offer has been put to the table, and according to The Athletic, Arsenal have already surpassed that offer, what are you waiting for, right? You're just being greedy. And Gyokeres is looking at Sporting and their president as being greedy. And the Sporting president is also looking at Gyokeres as being disrespectful and ungrateful. But for me, what should happen here is simple. It's as simple as this, right? Arsenal should 100% make a final bid and set an ultimatum. It's as simple as that. If they want 75 million plus add-ons, make 75 million and set an ultimatum that by Tuesday, if that offer is being rejected, if that offer has not been accepted, we are walking away. It's as simple as that. Because if you're paying 75 million for Kai Havertz and we're paying 55 million for Noni Madueke, why don't we just pay the money that these guys want again in Gyokeres? Because it's older, but it's going to have more impact on this Arsenal team than Madueke. That is for sure. So it rumbles on, but it's positive.